What's up, internet? My name is Captain African, and today we have to talk about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This game is a turn-based action RPG developed by Sandfall Interactive, and you heard me right, a turn-based action RPG. I am having a blast with this game so far, and I am now suffering from success because I have yet another game on my long list of games to finish this year, with like a month left. This is shaping to be one of the best years for gaming in recent history, but for now, I have to tell you why Expedition 33 is lit. Reason number one, the combat. So the combat on this game is amazing. I compare it to South Park Stick of Truth, how you had the turn-based system, but you could like parry, you could like freaking block and all of that stuff. And that's really what you can do here. The combat is actually really engaging, and it actually requires you to parry and dodge to be successful. You don't have enough health, and you're kind of squishy. So sitting there and just eating hits, you ain't gonna be able to do that. This ain't Final Fantasy. You have a gun. You can actually aim and shoot your gun. There's like weak points and stuff. So like shooting is actually not useless. Like some enemies actually can only be shot. So it's things like that, and that goes into everything feels useful. You have this thing called Lumiere, I think that's how you say it, and then you have Pictos, and you can put these on, and it's like this is pretty much how you make your builds. And so the way it works is every you put a Picto on, and you have that Picto on for 4 fights. After those 4 fights, you've learned it, and now everybody in your freaking team can put it on as long as they got the amount of Lumiere they need. It's pretty freaking cool, and you can get really creative with it because there's a lot in there. And with that being said as well, if you're good enough, you can just brute force enemies. Now, yeah, it might take a little while. You might, be chipping at their health for a while, but there's an actual reason to pay attention, because the parrying and the dodging, and then all the systems involved here, they really mix really, really good.
Stop that, you big hairy brush face. Can't you see they're human? Noko's a bit dramatic, but if you're nice, Noko will trade you lots of useful items for Chroma.
So the tales are true. Perhaps the Grandis and the SKA exist too. Are there more?
Reason number 2 is the story. It's been a while since I've played a game that I actually cared about the story, and it's not because games don't actually have good stories. It's more of just I'm a gameplay first type of person. A good story will captivate me, but I'm not really going into games most of the time for the story. I'm going into the game to either beat your ass, to shoot you up, or whatever, right? I'm there for the action. But this game has some really good world building just from the very beginning, right? Everybody should have played the game by now, but I ain't gonna spoil it. What happens at the very beginning, and it's the Thanos snap is what I'll say. It definitely hits hard. I almost shed a thug tear. Like that was a sad start. Yeah, really, really, really depressing. And it has a very relatable story of like hopelessness and despair, and how to grieve, and so many different layers to this game. It's ridiculous. And I think because of that, in that very first part, right, that's what really got me, is because like they hit you with the Thanos snap off rip. Like you ain't had to wait the whole movie and then wait for a second movie. Nah, they hit you with that joint at that beginning. You're like, dang. So it's really, really nice. Reason number 3 is the exploration. So I wouldn't personally call this game linear, but at the same time, I wouldn't even really call it open world. I mean, I guess it is technically like an open map, right? There's like a big area that you can go into and all of that stuff. But for the most part, honestly, everything's pretty straightforward. You can't really get lost in all the levels, right? Like, yes, you have the beaten path, which is a pretty obvious beaten path majority of the time. So it makes it a little easy to go ahead and do some exploring on the outside, because they might be 2 other paths from the main path, and then from those paths you might have another path. But at the end of the day, the dungeons are literally just dungeons. You go in there, you're going to make it to the end, as long as you don't die, of course. Yeah, it really does. It works, and I think it's very addictive. And without a dedicated save button, it keeps you playing longer than you intend. Now, this can be a good or a bad thing, but I mean, if you playing this, I'm assuming you have the time to play this. This isn't something that you play for like an hour, and you hop off. This is definitely something you play for like, you know, an hour, 2-hour sessions. You getting a little bit in, because, you know, you're getting immersed in the story and in the world that's being built around you, and everything you transition so fast. Is that, you know, you'll be like right here fighting something, and then it'll go into a nice cutscene, and you're like, dang, that was cool, or dang, that's sad. And then next thing you know, you're in another fight, or next thing you know, they're talking and walking, and you just kind of just walking with them because you're like, okay, you know. And then you get to the next flag, and you're like, well, dang, shit, I can go another one. I can go one more flag, and that's this game. One more flag. That's what I keep telling myself. Now, I did have a few gripes. Now, this first gripe was from when I played the game when it first came out on the Game Pass. I had a random glitch where the entire screen went dark inside of that building, like that first, like the I forgot the name of the dang castle manor thing, right? Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it was like super dark in there, and I could not see anything. And then adjusting the brightness and all of that didn't change anything. Now, on my second playthrough, like I said, I had to buy it again on Steam, and when I started playing it on there, I made sure I adjusted my brightness and fixed it up. It wasn't as dark as it was on the Microsoft version of the game, but it was still kind of dark, but I was able to adjust it. Like I said, I don't know what happened on the Xbox version, and like I said, also, this was months ago. That probably had been ironed out. I have no idea. The only other thing is that there is no cue to let you know when to dodge or parry. And at first, this is kind of annoying because you're like, dang, bro, like, you know, you get hit pretty hard. Like, you get hit really hard, actually. And, you know, you get knocked out real quick, and it's going to be a revive simulator. So, you know, you have to get used to paying attention to, you know, the tells of the enemies, which honestly is not that bad once you get used to it. Like I said, it's kind of a gripe, but not really, because now that I'm used to it, I'll be parrying everything. Like, I fought that one boss, or one of them, that you have to, like, you can only parry him and counterattack him. And I mean, I was able to figure that out and get it right. So, you know, I guess you just gotta get good. Final thoughts. This game is amazing. I find the combat the most engaging I've played since South Park Stick of Truth. And I love when games give you the chance to block or dodge attacks. Like with these turn-based games, give you these, like, it's fire. Like, I think the Mario games do it too. Like the Superstar Saga games, you know, the turn-based ones. They let you dodge or block or something. Honestly, these hybrid action RPG turn-based games, we need more of these. And you know, this game actually allows you to get good, but you can still just grind your party until they're busted and 2-tap enemies too. So, you know, that's always an option. I am actively trying to finish this game because when I left for school, I did not take my new PC. Like, I left it right over here by my baby house. And you know, I didn't, you know, because of the Game Pass thing too. I tried to play it on my laptop. My laptop couldn't handle it. You know, that thing is it's a dinosaur. So, you know, I couldn't do that either. So, you know, with the Game Pass situation and everything, I was like, well, dang, I'm gonna have to start over. So, like I said, I bought it again and I had to start it over. But hey, it was worth it. What do you think of Expedition 33? Let me know in the comments section and we can have a conversation about it. For now, like, share, subscribe, stay tuned. Captain out.